Every year, more than 1.3 million people die across the world as a result of road traffic crashes. Distraction caused by mobile phones is a growing concern.
Now, over the last couple of months, there are now cameras on the road, just like this AccuSensor, that can actually catch you on your mobile phone using infrared. Now, Owen, have you heard about these cameras before? Because I certainly haven't.
I haven't. No, I didn't know anything about it. We brought down here today to show us how it works and for a media launch. So we thought we'd bring you along and we can show you how it works. So come and have a look at this. Like I say, this is all new to me as well. So I'm going to try and tell you what the guys have told me already this morning. So if you look up the top there, one takes a long
They mentioned that box up there is actually responsible for sending all of the photos of people on their phones to Australia. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what the guys have said is that the other side of the sticky crane thing, one takes a long-range image of the vehicle that shows the number plate, and the second camera looks straight down into the cab, and it's looking for maybe people not wearing a seatbelt or use of mobile. Somewhere, which then goes to Australia, and the team over in Australia will look at it and they'll make a decision on whether it's a certain use of the mobile phone and you can clearly see the phone being used, or whether it's a main use, and then they'll send it back to us. Prosecution, or how we're going to deal with it.
Now, Owen, in advance of coming and checking out this camera over here, I did actually put a post up on Instagram asking the viewers if they had any questions. Would you be happy to address some of these in today's video?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's probably unlikely I'll know the answer, but we can talk to the guys in the van and we can get a definitive answer from them.
So, Owen, one question. Motorways all over the UK.
Okay, so at the moment it's in a trial period for Devon and Cornwall Police down here, and it's going to be just on the van. And during the trial period, it will also be used for enforcement as well. However, after the trial period, yes, they can be at fixed site or they can be in the van as well.
Now, here's a great one for you, Owen. What do these cameras look like?
That.
Exactly. I thought so.
Yeah.
Now, Owen, this next question I do really like. Between a phone being mounted on your dashboard and an in-car entertainment system such as Apple CarPlay.
What you've got to think about is the two different offences, and you've got the specific offence of using the mobile phone while requirement to put out any signs to say that it's here.
Now, Owen, there's been a good question come in regarding points and fines. How do these work when it comes to that?
We will look at it and then we will send out the paperwork to the registered keeper of the vehicle, and that prosecution to give those details. If you don't, then you commit another offence. So once we've got the details of the driver, then they will be issued with however we're going to go with it, but it is generally a 6 points offence and a £200 fine. So think about it. If you're a young driver, you're in your first 2 years of your probationary period, that's 6 points for just that one offence. That's it, you're out the game. So you've wasted all that money to get you through that test. You've got to start all over again. So honestly, it's really not worth it. Don't use that phone.
So it started off initially with me having an interest, so to speak, in the modified car scene or the car community. And I think off the back of that, you see quite a lot of dangerous driving. Whether I was involved is besides the question. Safe to their families, and hopefully, if we're lucky, they can learn something off the back of watching our videos. Seatbelts is obviously a huge problem, naturally. I mean, that's ultimately one of the biggest safety devices that's ever been invented when it comes to now with mobile phones, it's such a problem, especially youngsters now. They're so attached to their mobile phones. And what it does is it actually triggers a dopamine release in your brain. So as soon as you it's craving, you want to check it. And whether you're driving or whether you're not driving, that doesn't take away from the fact that you want to find out what your girlfriend, your mum, your friend has said. So a way around the incessant need to jump on your mobile phone when driving and check what this person has said. So instead you still use your device, but without the need of touching it. Right, Andrew, before you head off, of course, I wanted to introduce you to the channel. You are a broadcast journalist for
Greatest Hits Radio. It's not plugged in at the moment because we've just done our interview.
So your team is obviously interested in the goings-on of this infrared camera detecting mobile phone usage.
I'm really struck.
Absolutely. Well, I went in there earlier and looked at some of the pictures that they were getting, and although we can't include them on the camera or today's video, it really is scarily clear. So I would definitely suggest keeping off your mobile phone. You're right in saying most people have an annoying sound, but a lot of the older cars don't have them. So hopefully it does its job. But thank you very much for interviewing me on your radio channel. Of course, make sure you guys go and listen. But hopefully we see you again next time. But for now, thank you very much for coming around. It's nice to meet you properly and actually get you on the video.
I think it's important to add that young people now extension of their arm, and we kind of get that people want to have that mobile phone with them. But when you're driving, just put it in the box, turn it off, or use the in-car technology that is available through maybe Apple CarPlay or the Android equivalent or anything else within the car, just to stop you using that mobile phone. Because any kind of distraction, that momentary distraction, could be the difference between maybe killing somebody or not, or being involved in that collision. And we see mobile phone or not wearing a seatbelt.
Owen, so I've had to steer you away from all of those hungry journalists that have rocked up. Who have we got? We've got ITV, we've got some radio channels and BBC, is that correct?
Yeah, we've got loads. Yeah, they've had me down there for a good half an hour or so, haven't they? Asking me some very difficult questions. And you've got me up here onto this nice bank. It's a first for you as well. There is nothing underhand here. We're telling everybody that this technology exists and that we're going to use it. But the idea is just to stop people using their mobile phones, because that's what's going to stop people crashing on the road. It's not about the giving tickets, because if people follow the rules and they don't use their mobile phone, we don't need to give a ticket. And we're just hoping that using this kind of stuff will stop you doing it. So please, don't be tempted. Stick the phone away, turn it off, put it in the glove box, put it somewhere where you're not tempted, and then nobody. The reason we're having to use this technology is because the use of mobile phones is still really bad on our roads, and I'm sure everybody's seen the car that swerves in the lanes on the motorway, or the person who's looking down texting when they're not looking where they're going. So we're seeing a whole load of crashes and collisions that are very much avoidable, but it's just that people are still using their mobile phones when they're driving. Similarly, people not wearing a seatbelt. Unnecessarily, because they're not wearing that seatbelt, and we've had people ejected from the cars and all sorts, suffered horrific injuries because they're not wearing their seatbelt. So ultimately, it's the decision they're going to use their phone and wear their seatbelt. And this technology is just helping us, you know, provide that, maybe that fear of getting caught, so that people are encouraged to put the phone away, put it in the dashboard, turn it off, and put their seatbelt on. And that's just going to keep people safe on the roads.
Come with us around this RS and we'll show you exactly how awesome not only do these blue lights look, but how stealthily they've been installed.